Hello everyone and welcome to my The Last of Us channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. While the ending of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 is heartbreaking, Abby and her group thankfully spare Ellie's life. After a slower premiere episode, which established what The Last of Us characters are up to 5 years after the events of the first season, Episode 2 includes many intense action sequences. In the episode, Abby is chased by a horde of infected and is eventually saved by Joel, who is on patrol with Dina. The three of them ride away from the infected, who eventually attack Jackson in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. Since they are freezing, Joel reluctantly agrees to temporarily seek shelter in the lodge with Abby's group. While Joel wants to head back down to Jackson to fight the infected, Abby has other plans. At the end of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, Abby brutally murders Joel in front of Ellie. This is a controversial moment from The Last of Us Part 2 video game, and is undoubtedly the most heartbreaking death in the series so far. However, Abby and her group decide not to kill Ellie in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. The Last of Us Season 2 opens with Abby and her group grieving the Fireflies that Joel killed in the Season 1 finale to save Ellie. In Season 2, Episode 2, Abby reveals that the doctor that was going to operate on Ellie was her father. In the Season 1 finale, Joel murdered him even though he was unarmed, which is why Abby wants revenge in Season 2. When Abby and her group are scouting out Jackson at the beginning of Episode 2, they clearly state that they are only there to kill Joel. This is why Abby and her group do not kill characters like Ellie and Dina in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. While they capture Dina with Joel, they simply put her to sleep for an hour. When Ellie unexpectedly enters the lodge, they easily could have killed her, but they instead just hold her down while Abby murders Joel. Once she kills Joel, their mission is over. Therefore, they have no reason to kill characters like Ellie or Dina. Since Dina is knocked out and Abby has full control of the situation, she takes her time killing Joel. However, she and her group were not expecting Ellie to find them in the lodge. When Ellie enters the room and sees Joel, she immediately starts fighting off members of Abby's group and manages to cut Manny, who is played by Danny Ramirez. Even though this cut is relatively minor, it seems like Manny wants to kill Ellie too. However, Owen continuously stops him from hurting her. If it was up to Manny, Ellie likely would have died alongside Joel. However, the other members of Abby's group do not want to harm Ellie. After all, she is not who they traveled to Jackson to kill. Even Abby herself practically ignores Ellie. After she kills Joel, Abby and the members of the group quickly gather up their belongings and leave the lodge. On their way out, Ellie vows that she's going to kill them all, but these threats are largely ignored by Abby and the members of her group. During her monologue in The Last of Us Season 2, Abby tells Joel how she and her group have joined the militia known as the Washington Liberation Front. She explains that the leader of this group has a code, which is to not kill people who cannot defend themselves. While she breaks this code to kill Joel in the name of revenge, Abby has no desire to break this code for anyone else. Since Ellie cannot defend herself in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, Abby spares her life. However, this may backfire on her, since Ellie will be dead set on getting revenge in The Last of Us Season 2. If the second season of the HBO series follows the video game, Ellie will head to Washington with characters like Dina and Tommy to hunt down Abby and her group. Therefore, to protect herself and her group members, it probably would have been wiser for Abby to also kill Ellie in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. So, what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.